Dia di tagas falchigo di Terra Incogweirdo mocarjas. Hello and welcome to Terra Incogweirdo, my friends. Thanks for joining us today for Biscuit's grand day out. We're gonna go for a little walkie with Biscuit out to Blachly Lakeview Cemetery in Western Lane County, Oregon. Here is Miss Pasha Llewellyn, who will not be coming with us. She is Queen Empress of the universe and the biggest brat in the world, and she is a Reiki miracle who almost did not survive as a kitten. And I will be telling you guys that story later on, my Lou. Okay, so here is what is known as the slide. It's a long, flat, sloping rock in the middle of Lake Creek that flows out of Triangle Lake, and you can get down there via a set of steps, and people slide down this rock face in the summertime. All the kids come in from Eugene from the colleges, and unfortunately every year, almost every year, somebody dies here by bashing their head on the rock, and I don't know why. Oregon doesn't close the site, but we will show you more of it later on the way back. Oregon is gorgeous. Now this looks like a dead sheep, okay, right? With its legs sticking up. But I assure you it is not. It is a pair of trumpeter swans that has come to nest near this little seasonal pond. I had to take a video of it even though it's crummy because my neighbor didn't believe that there was a pair of trumpeter swans up here. And as we go a little further, yes, you can see there are actually two individuals and not a push me pull you. And I'm about to turn and show you the infamous, oh, a hawk just flew by, nice. This is the infamous round barn. A lot of people chipped in to put a roof on this barn. That happened like last year, and it had been roofless for the 10-20 years before that. And here we are at the cemetery. Love me some running water. What is going on? I can't hear my, oh great. Interesting. All right, well, did we fix that? I guess we did. Sorry about that, guys. I don't really know what's going on, but I usually don't know what's going on, so nothing new there. Mr. Biscuit, there he is. Oh, and Terra Incog husband. Yes. All right, this branch, this tree must have fallen in the ice storm last January. My husband and I thought about moving it out of the way. However, taking care of local cemeteries is very much the purview of the people who live there, and so we did not wish to encroach upon them because they may have decided on purpose to leave that there so that people couldn't drive up into the cemetery. Who knows? Better to leave it alone out here in the country. Isn't it beautiful? I think it's gorgeous up here. I love living in Oregon. I've lived all over the United States, and by far Oregon is my favorite spot. And I'm about to give you my rules for dogs in cemeteries. See if you agree. Okay, tips for dogs in a cemetery. On leash. No walking on graves. Definitely no pooping on graves. And poop bags. Those are the rules. Yeah. Well, pretty up here. Yeah, I'm really not into dogs walking over people's graves and pooping on their graves. That's, I don't know, kind of rude. Theophilus Cyphers, what a name, huh? And the Cypher family, born in the 1800s. Most of the graves in these old cemeteries are the earliest dates for births that you're going to see are the mid-1800s, just because of the way westward expansion happened in America. You don't get people buried in graveyards like these with granite markers who were born earlier than like the mid-1800s. I myself am fascinated by graveyards and fascinated by grave markers and the symbology on grave markers. Didn't find much of the weird stuff here, but I just love cemeteries. I don't know what to say. What about the rest of you? What do you guys think about cemeteries? Here's a little baby. Marilyn Ann Sayer. She looks like she lived for about a year. So yeah, Incogweirdos, tell me. Leave a comment below and tell me what you feel about cemeteries. I have personally never had a paranormal experience in a cemetery, nor can I say that I feel that cemeteries are very active with spiritual energy, which seems pretty strange, but my assumption is that spirits probably tend to go to the places that they knew and loved in life, or they go and hang around the people that they knew and loved in life. And I just don't think that many spirits hang around cemeteries. That's my feeling. What do you guys think? Have any of you guys ever had unusual experiences in cemeteries? Let me know. Now, right here, some grave markers over by that tree caught my eye. So I went to walk over there and take a look at them. And just so you know, I decided to take the video like this. Oh, look at that tree. Gorgeous. Moss-covered trees in Oregon, everywhere. Dangerous, ready to kill you, but gorgeous. So yeah, I took this video in clips because I kept finding grave markers that needed to be fixed, and I had to keep putting my phone down so I could, especially those grave markers that are like flush with the ground. Quite a few of them just were covered with dirt and debris, and I had to just scrape them free. I just don't like that. So here were the markers that drew my attention. Barbara Reynolds, and then, another one to be fixed. Okay, so here we go. Michael Dale, there you go. All right, so weird thing. Right after I fixed that out of my peripheral vision, I caught sight of a bird that flew up right next to me, right? And I thought, like, I turned around to like figure out where it went, and there it is. It landed in a tree right next to me. It's a robin, and that's very weird because these birds are very skittish. So I just assumed maybe that was Michael Dale coming to say thank you for fixing my grave marker. So now we're moving into the northern portion of the cemetery, and I'm gonna walk on up to look at this this family plot up here with all the flags and stuff on it. This caught my eye. I didn't understand why these PVC pipes were sticking out of the ground, so I had to look in. I'm like, what is it, a telescope into the grave? No, Angie. It's just built-in spots for you to put flowers. And oh, hey, check it out. They put the horseshoe down right. Always put a horseshoe with the prongs pointing up so that the good luck does not spill out. Don't want that to happen. Now this family, Maddox, I think, is the name of this family. Yeah, I thought these were kids, but yeah, that is a child. This I thought was another kid, but this just must have been a young man, and it looks like he may have died in a motorcycle accident given the symbol on the grave. God bless you, Hunter. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. The Maddox family, right? Maddox, yes. Very lots of military and lots of corps. This is a very apparently family that supported corps greatly while in life. Hmm. My filming skills just astound, do they not? That was a weird noise. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Okay, so here we are in the northern portion of the cemetery, and it did feel weird up here for sure. Right, that line of trees to the right, okay, further down, like maybe half a mile down by the main road is a charter school, and there's some timber roads that kind of wander up this, like around this mountainside beyond these trees to my right. And I don't know why, I felt like I was being watched, and I made the assumption that it was some kids playing hooky in the woods who were trying to be quiet. But I don't know what it was. Of course, I was thinking about cryptids because I always think about cryptids when I feel like I'm being watched when I'm in the woods in Oregon. But a more common sort of explanation might have been kids playing hooky from school. This was a school day, and it is close enough to the school that it would be a good place to hang out and drink beer and do all the stupid stuff that kids do when they're not in school, and they should be. Does anybody else love the sound of leaves crunching under their feet? Why does it make me so happy? It makes me super happy. So what do you think, guys? Is it beautiful here in Oregon or what? Come to me. No, don't be afraid. My little incog biscuit, my incog husband. He's a gray alien, my husband is. Actually, my husband's a walk-in. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Does anybody know a walk-in? Well, you're looking at one right now while you're looking at his feet. Not biscuit. Eat your biscuit. Really pretty up there. Great place for a picnic. Right, Biscuit? Okay, so we parked up on the side of that hill, and we had to stop because of that downed tree, and there's a very steep drop off on the other side of that sort of driveway going up to that cemetery. And in the past, I have nearly killed myself backing down a hill like that, so I opted to walk Biscuit down to the road while my husband took his life in his own hands and got the Jeep back down. Let's just say he's much better at backing down narrow timber roads than Auntie Angie is, for sure. So as I was walking along this road, and more crunchy sounds, gravel this time. This is Post Road in Lane County. If anybody wants to go visit the cemetery, and it's off of Route 36, which is one of only 2 roads that you can access the interior Willamette Valley to the coast. Out on the coast, there's only 2 ways in Lane County to get from Willamette Valley to the ocean. These goats and that horse were very confused and wondering what I was doing. I guess they don't get many visitors. And just a little view of the valley. Lovely. Okay, so I wanted to show you this coming home. This is one corner of Triangle Lake, very much. If you look at it from above, you see it is a triangle, but this is what I wanted to show you. Triangle Lake used to be for public, but now it is all privately owned, and all of these people who have put up houses around the lake have put up these high fences so you can't see the lake. There's only a few spots where you can see the lake, and I'm about to stop at one, which is where you put in the boats. And here you go. This is the only public parking lot on Triangle Lake and the only public dock on Triangle Lake. So some oldster told me that back in the day there used to be competitions, water skiing competitions out here, and apparently there were a bunch of big water skiing jumps, and people used to come out here in droves on the weekend to watch these water skiing competitions. It's pretty cool. It's really beautiful out here. I tell you, I feel really blessed to live out here, you know. I've lived many places in America, and Oregon by far is my favorite. Nothing can top the natural beauty of Oregon. It is just simply mind-bending. Get it in ya. Soak it in. Soak it in, Incogweirdos. Okay, so here's the entrance to the slide that I was telling you about. Okay, so now we're going back home and we're back around this western side of Triangle Lake, and now I'm going to take you on a walk to show you how people get down to the slide. I'm not going to go all the way down. But I just thought you might like to see this. I love the sound of running water. So let's listen to it for a while. Doesn't my husband look excited? So again, this is Lake Creek, flowing out of the western side of Triangle Lake in Lane County, Oregon. So the water is really low right now. But when it rains hard and the water is really moving through this area, and when you get down further to where it starts sloping down the hill and into the slide, it's like when you drive past this area, it's like driving through a mist, through a cloud of mist. It throws up so much spray from the slide and the waterfalls that it coats the area. I call it little Niagara, little Niagara on Lane Creek. Excuse me, Lake Creek, Lane County. I love the sound of running water. Love the sound of waterfalls. Get it in ya. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Mr. Biscuit, perpetually concerned. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's a fish ladder over there on the other side of the river. You guys know what fish ladders are? Discuss amongst yourselves. Right there at the edge of the frame is where the slide starts. Right there on the right. So that's the slide area. And those are the steps down. So that's like right in front of us is a little portion of slide, and then it breaks up, and then the big slide is off to the right. And you can only see it when you're coming up the road and not from this direction, looking down. Not without getting down there, which I wasn't going to do. Not because I'm lazy, just because I hurt my back the day before, and Angie has lots of back injuries from her days of being a semi-professional horseback rider. So there you go. That's the slide. And little biscuit. Mr. Whiny. He's ready to go. You don't like being on a leash, do ya? No. Such a good boy. Yeah. Love me some waterfall therapy for sure. I'm into it. Anybody else love waterfalls? There's a lot of them around here. Gotta take you to Sweet Creek. Sweet Creek Falls. There's like 11 waterfalls in a half of a mile. So soothing. So soothing. Be soothed. How lovely. You know, I better put a proviso in this video that it's going to be pretty boring. Okay, and to finish off on the way home, we noticed that our neighbors had left their pump slightly on and this happy accident happened. So beautiful. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today here at Terra Incogweirdo, the land where para is normal. I hope you've enjoyed wandering around Lane County with me and Biscuit and the Terra Incog husband to Blachly Lakeview Cemetery, where, as you may have noticed, there is no Lakeview. Thanks again for being here today, Terra Incogweirdo. I love you guys very, very much. May you have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time for a video about how Auntie Angie picked up a spirit while going to look at a house for sale, and that spirit is still living with me to this day in my sub-basement of my soul. And eventually she told me her story, and I wrote a book about it called Down Esme Down, and that will be the subject of our next video. So thanks for joining us today on Terra Incogweirdo, the land where para is normal. Love you. Bye-bye.